Welcome back. Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here, of course, on Fire Television, the Diamond K Show. And happy Friday to everyone, by the way. I don't want us as a society to continue down this path of uh, just becoming desensitized to school shootings. I think that we're on that path, but we have to cover these stories and we have to talk about it when it happens. And I just don't know if this shooting at the Oxford High School in Michigan has gotten enough coverage because we see this happen so often. Here on the program, we deliver the biggest political and trending news stories of the day with interviews and original reporting from across the country. Show is fun, show is upbeat, but also want to expose what is really going on in the country. On this program, I give you the American story from my perspective. In addition to the top news stories of the day, we check social media as the show goes on to get your thoughts on the latest topics. Join me weekdays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. for the Diamond K Show on firetelevision.com. So many of you have heard this story. The school chief says that discipline was not needed for the boy before the shooting. So a teenager accused of killing 4 students at a Michigan high school was called into the office before this tragedy took place, but no discipline was warranted, the superintendent said yesterday in his first extended remarks since this tragedy occurred. Tim Thorne, leader of Oxford Community Schools, said Oxford High School looks like a war zone and won't be ready for weeks. And we knew that there was a heavy police presence at the school. The suspect, Ethan Crumbley, 15 years old, has been charged as an adult with 24 crimes, including murder, attempted murder, and terrorism for the shooting at the Oakland County school. So, superintendent, in his remarks, said that he was asking the sheriff's office to publicly release school video from Tuesday's tragedy. And earlier Thursday, prosecutor repeated her criticism of Crumbley's parents, saying their actions went far beyond negligence and that a charging decision would come by today. So, what are they talking about? You have guns. Many people have guns. Many people grew up with guns in the house. And it is your responsibility as an adult to make sure that weapon is secured. All right? The parents were the only individuals in the position to know the access to weapons, Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald said. The guns seem to have been just freely available to that individual. As I said, 4 students killed, 7 more people injured, 3 were in the hospital in stable condition. Semi-automatic gun was purchased legally by Crumbley's father last week, according to the investigators. Parents in this country are rarely charged in school shootings involving their children, even as most minors get guns from the parents or from a relative's house. There is no Michigan law that requires gun owners to keep weapons locked away from children. Isn't that interesting? No, there's no law in Michigan for that. McDonald, however, suggested there's more to build a case on, saying this: all I can say at this point is those actions on mom and dad's behalf go far beyond negligence. We are obviously prosecuting the shooter to the fullest extent of the law. There are other individuals who should be held accountable. Later in the news conference, McDonald said that she hoped to have an announcement in the next 24 hours, which is, we're coming up on that time now. She had firmly signaled that Crumbley's parents were under scrutiny when she filed charges against their son on Wednesday. So this is going to be an interesting case here. Of course, you're going to have folks on various sides of this debate, this Oxford high school shooting. And it's definitely going to be some time before they get students back in that school. So definitely, I mean, it's such a cliche thing to say, but, our thoughts and prayers to those affected by this tragedy. As we said, this teenager accused of killing 4 students at a Michigan high school. 4 students. School looks like a war zone right now. We've seen video. We've seen a lot of different things. And, this is something that is going to affect these students going forward for some time. Many students, people not wanting to send their kids back into school for a period of time. We got the holidays coming. Some of these students may not go back to school until next year. That's what we're looking at right now. Follow the Diamond K Show on our Facebook page. Click the icon bell to get notified whenever we go live. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn at the Diamond K Show. Should these parents also be charged for something? Now, there is not a Michigan law stating that the parents had to lock these guns up. There's not a Michigan law. So you may feel that the parents should be charged with something, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be charged with something. That doesn't mean that there's definitely something to charge them with. However, the prosecutor seems to think there may be some other people that she can hold accountable aside from the shooter. The Diamond K Show is an On Fire television production. You can get the show on demand at the WRF Radio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and of course, YouTube.com/DJ Diamond K. Here at the Diamond K Show, we're very excited about the WRF Radio app. Take a moment to download WRF Radio in your app store. Leave me a comment. Of course, you can scroll your timeline, attend a Zoom meeting on mute, do some online shopping, all while listening to the Diamond K Show. And, of course, On Fire Television is an advertiser-supported audio and video network. Get breaking news, podcasts, TV shows, all covering topics that are important to our culture. OnFireTelevision.com is where you go to engage, connect, and discover the latest news, podcasts, and, of course, original TV programming. You want to support the Diamond K Show and this digital network? Head on over to OnFireTelevision.com. Grab a t-shirt or some other merch. Become a sponsor of the Diamond K Show for as low as $50. I'm able to deliver our news and our views on this program because of our listeners, sponsors, and, of course, you. So that's the question I'm putting out there. Should the parents also have some accountability in this Michigan shooting? Ethan Crumbley, 15 years old, charged as an adult with 24 crimes, including murder, attempted murder, and terrorism for this shooting at the Oakland County school in Michigan. Father bought the gun, legally bought the gun, did not secure it, lock it down. The child took the gun to school and went on a shooting spree. He was called, this teenager, as I said, called to the office right before the shooting. They did not warrant any discipline. Of course, they didn't know what he was going to do. Only the shooter knew what he was going to do. So were the parents negligent here? The shooter is going to be prosecuted. This is a fact. The prosecutor said that there are other individuals who should be held accountable. Obviously, she's referring to the parents. So we've got to see what happens there. Now, I keep saying this, that there is no Michigan law that forces the parents to act responsibly. There's no Michigan law for that. So that being the case, that being the situation, how is she going to charge? How is she going to hold, quote unquote, hold them accountable? How? Well, if you ask the question, you get the answer. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll talk about the breaking news with regards to this case. What's going on? It's your man, John McKay, here to tell you about the Black Market Baltimore, which is a black business showcase. It's the holiday season, so you know what it is, the Christmas edition. Join us as we celebrate community and support local black-owned businesses. Saturday, December the 11th, 2021, from 5 to 9 p.m., 2501 Putty Hill Avenue, number 2301 in Parkville. It's the Black Market Baltimore Black Business Showcase, hosted by Fathom Got the Juice, with music by DJ Lil Mike. For more information, visit them on Instagram at Black Market Baltimore. Of course, you got to come out. The Black Market Baltimore Black Business Showcase. Be there. Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here, the Diamond K Show on firetelevision.com. So this just in, the parents of the 15-year-old charged in the Oxville High School shooting have each been charged with involuntary manslaughter, the Oakland County prosecutor announced today, moments ago. Jennifer and James Crumbley, the parents of Ethan Crumbley, each face 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. 4 counts. The Oakland County prosecutor, Karen McDonald, making this announcement Wednesday, of course. McDonald announced the charges for Ethan, the son, and she stated that he would be prosecuted as an adult for this horrific incident. Among the charges are terrorism causing death, 4 counts of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and felony firearm. Prosecutors have not revealed the motive for the shooting, assuming that what is the motive? What possibly could be the reason for something like this? What possibly could be the reason? So during Ethan's arraignment Wednesday, Oakland County Sheriff Lieutenant said investigators found a video on the suspect's phone that depicted the suspect talking about shooting and killing students the next day. So they have this video. What other evidence did they have? They have a notebook of the suspect outlining his plans to commit the shooting and school surveillance video showing students being shot. This is a mess. This is a mess. The premeditation fact here is obvious, and that is definitely something that is really going to be used to the benefit of the prosecution. As I said, 3 students dying on Tuesday. Suspect came out of a bathroom with a handgun and just began firing shots at people in the hallway. 7 others, including 5 students and a teacher, have not been named, but were also injured in this terrible shooting. I said this at the top of the program. I don't want us to become desensitized to this level of violence in our country. Happens way, way, way too much. But we cannot become desensitized to this. We have got to talk about this. We have got to address these tragedies. We have got to hold people accountable. We have got to focus on this. What is causing this with the rash? Why are people reacting in this way for whatever reason, for whatever's going on? So parents, as I said, the parents being charged involuntary manslaughter, each of them involuntary manslaughter. Now, of course, charging is not, that's just the beginning of this journey. And this court case, all of this. We're going to be talking about this for some time to come. And I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show. So we'll be back later on today with more news, trending topics, and your thoughts.